Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome guys.
Two mics, one mic. I'm Mike. This is Mikelle. This is Mike.
Microphone.
Yeah. Today we're doing something a little different. We've put up The Martian on our channel and stuff, and so we both have got to see Project Hail Mary. We're just gonna quickly review it.
Yeah.
So, spoiler reviews right here. If you haven't seen Project Hail Mary, go see it. Come on back.
Yeah.
Watch the channel. You saw it last night, right?
I saw it last night. Yeah.
IMAX. How'd you see it?
IMAX. Yeah, just regular IMAX.
Nice.
But in a IMAX specific.
Like a
theater.
real big.
When Chris Nolan and Ryan Coogler do their here's a theater to watch IMAX in the
that
specs.
one. Yeah.
It's one of those ones.
Yeah, I think I saw the same theater as you. First impression, what do you think? Because I've read the book.
Yeah.
He hadn't read the book.
Yeah.
Just the same as Martian, if you watched our Martian.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a great sci-fi film. You know,
Yeah.
I had a great time watching it. Did I love it? I mean, I loved it. You know, I loved like the characters. The adventure's amazing. The visuals are really, really cool. Ryan Gosling was really great in it. You know.
Yes. I mean, Ryan Gosling's been a leading man forever,
Yeah.
but I do think this movie is sort of like upped him to like,
Yes.
I could carry a movie
Yeah.
more or less on my own.
Yeah.
Rocky did a lot of work, but you know, like,
But also like Ryan Gosling's a leading man, but he does like a lot of drama.
yeah,
He does a lot of like, you know, the thing I noticed about this is it really had a tone.
yeah,
So there's like a specific acting note he's hitting.
yeah.
You know, it's honestly it's borderline cartoonish.
At times, yeah.
Which is what.
But with a lot of heart. Not the
With a lot of
cartoons
heart.
can have heart, but like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
it had the drama, it had the stakes, it had the drama.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with the Millers and Ryan Gosling when he
Lord
does it in
and Miller.
Barbie, it's, yeah,
Lord
Lord
and
and Miller. Yeah, right, Lord and Miller. They're not a brother duo. They're Lord and Miller. With their tone and it's his in Barbie and SNL. I mean, he's one of the great SNL hosts. Now,
Yeah.
I think, you know.
Yeah.
Not that he's doing an SNL here. He's more around it, but like he can hit that. You know.
I'm gonna be honest, it felt like he borderline SNL
Yeah.
a little bit, which is the part that I was like not so crazy about. But
Okay.
yeah. Anyways, as a person who loves the book and it had expectations, I'm sure. What did you think?
I think they nailed it.
Yeah.
Like to me, everything they read at the. I mean,
Like it feels like what I think the book is.
yeah, it's one of the few times I don't wish I didn't read the book because I loved that book and I had a great experience watching it.
Yeah.
I'm jealous in a way
Yeah.
that you could go in with nothing. Where I actually think the book might have saved me, and maybe what you're rubbing up against, because this is, you know, we're filming this now about a week after the movie came out. The initial reactions, and they started even a few weeks ago, are so good
Yeah.
which is great, because I do think the movie is great.
It's great. Yeah.
I do think it could set some people up to think they're going to watch The Godfather. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
where people are going in like, people are saying this is the best movie of the
Yeah.
year, you know, and it's like, it's just not what it is. It is a great movie, you know. So at least I feel that the book shielded me from that because it is great, and I loved it, and it is exactly the book for me, and they did a perfect adaptation of the book. But I'm not going to go in and think that it was something that it wasn't. I went in and went, I know exactly what it is, and it was that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But that's why I think that so much of the marketing, at least in one phase of it, was that it's from the writer of The Martian.
Yeah.
So it's funny. That's why I think they had that
Mhm.
marketing campaign to be like, just so you know, it's not Gravity.
Right.
It's not Interstellar. It's more like The Martian.
There's a tone to an Andy Weir book
Yeah.
that's optimistic.
We need that right now.
And he has a strain of comedy. And more than The Martian, where, I mean, Drew Goddard wrote both of these.
Mm-hmm.
Watching The Martian, I felt a lot of the comedy, people were like, oh, they really did a comedy. I'm like, that was in the book. The
Yeah.
comedy was there in the
Yeah.
book. It wasn't all out of it.
Yeah.
Here, yes, Andy Weir's comedy is in the book. It's added by Gosling and Lord and Miller.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
really like they
Yeah.
added a lot.
And when I'm talking about the tone, though, I'm not talking about just the comedy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, at the end of the movie, when anytime Gosling isn't talking about, and then we made it, the music is just so, like, it just sounds so high energy corporate, of, like, and just felt like everything is awesome. And it's like, I don't need like this every second to be just like so happy.
It's
And
interesting because a lot of what I've heard are people talking about how good the score is.
Yeah. There's parts of the score that are amazing. I love it. Yeah.
I don't remember the score.
Oh, okay.
So I've been hearing it, and I haven't gone back and listened on Spotify or anything like that. But it's just a funny thing to me when people go, how good are the score? And I'm like, I can't even remember what the score is. But there are movies that the score sits with me, and I'm just saying this one wasn't one, so when people were saying it, it surprised me.
This one was one for me because some of the instruments were so weird.
Right.
I was like, whoa, this is an interesting sound. And sonically, it was just like stuff that I've never kind of heard before. But then there were parts where it's just like, again, like at the end where everything was happy, it's just like they're blasting this like happy music at you, and I was like, yeah, I don't need like an everything is awesome right now. Like I get that it's happy. That's something I just notice when I see animation directors do live action.
Really?
I found that with Brad Bird and his live action films, especially his Mission Impossible. It's the one that feels like a little too cartoonish to me, over the top. Yeah, I feel like we've talked about that.
Yeah.
But even the acting in that one is just so like cartoonish and anime-ish, which is fine, but it just sticks out to me as like not human.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like there's even parts, even in Project Hail Mary, where I was like, I feel like the character's always going for the joke. I just wanted a little more earnestness.
Yeah.
But that's just that's just my style. So that doesn't necessarily take away from my liking of a film, though.
Yeah.
Because that's just a style thing. I wouldn't have done it that way, but I'm buying into what they're selling and what their movie is, and and I like it.
And I think it hits the tone of the book.
Of the book, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's Do Goodard again. They wanted him again to hit the tone, right? Yeah. What did you think of Rocky? That's a big part of it.
So, was not expecting this, like, alien buddy.
Okay, so because it's been in the trailers a little bit.
I don't watch trailers.
Okay, so good.
This is why I don't watch trailers. Because I feel like if you're reading the book, you have no idea.
No idea.
Exactly.
And I understand why they put it in the trailers.
You have to.
But the way the book was marketed, the back of the book, there was no mention.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they have to do it because I think it'll turn some people off.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I was really surprised that it's going to be this, like, that there's an alien.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like a fucking buddy comedy with an alien, which was honestly, like, so fun to see and, like, so refreshing. Just so different. I'd never seen anything. Just experience it.
I'm a slow reader, and especially kids, life gets busy. Like, it's not just about actually reading slow, but, like, when I get the time to read. So by the time you get to that point in the book, like, it might have been 35, 40 minutes in the movie. It's weeks, that I've been reading this book and enjoying the book and didn't know that was coming. And so it really felt like a great, like, turn of, like, oh, I thought I knew what this book was. I thought it was The Martian, but on the spaceship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's like, I'm getting this buddy comedy and I'm loving this rock alien. And, but you also worry about it going, like, can they nail that? Can they nail the alien without a face?
Yeah.
Who's a rock?
Yeah.
Can they make me feel?
And the closest thing it looks like is a spider.
Yeah.
So, like, how am I going to get over that if I have any sort of fear of spiders?
Can they make me feel? And they did. 100% bought in on the Ryland Grace and Rocky relationship.
It's funny because, like, I love how much he jumps to hug Rocky at the end. I'll hold a whole bunch of times and how much they, like, really physically get to touch each other.
Yeah.
I just wish it wasn't so awkward looking still.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
That's what it is, because that's the way it is.
And it's okay, So
I like that they chose to use puppets instead of,
a
CGI. I think that added a lot to the feel of it, to feeling like they were there and they could banter.
But back to the Ryan Gosling point that you were making, this felt like a huge step up for him to be like, he's a legit movie star now. Because, like, one of my favorite films is La La Land, he's great in literally, like, everything he does.
Yeah.
But this felt like now he's doing, like, a sci-fi opus.
This is his movie. He's carrying this movie,
And it's not like Fall Guy, which is like, this is Ryan Gosling, but it's also kind of a joke.
Yeah.
This is like, no, it's Ryan Gosling. And it's totally funny and really heartfelt. But this is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a $100 million movie.
It's a thing that I don't think that many. I realize we do get Rocky, so it's not a completely alone performance, but not all actors can do it. Even better actors can't do it. Like, this puts Ryan Gosling with, like, Tom Hanks and Matt Damon and the guys that can be like, we can put you alone somewhere, and you can carry my attention.
Colin Farrell phone booth.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds buried.
Yeah, like you can carry my attention, you know. And like I said, that doesn't knock other actors, because I think there's better actors who just can't do that.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like
Will Smith, I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I was watching it, it literally felt like I had never seen Gosling in this way before.
Yeah.
Like legit movie star, and he's pulling it up.
I didn't until maybe a month or two before the movie know that it was shot for IMAX.
Yeah.
And like it looked great.
It looked amazing.
Like it looked great. Those space scenes.
How did they describe that planet? Or that
I can't remember. I'm far enough away from the book, which is where I like to be when I see a movie, where it's like I'm not going to quabble over little details because I read the book 3-4 years. Whenever it came out, I read it. I bought it brand new and read it. Yeah. But I'm slow reader, so but yeah, they described it. I mean, just the way it looked with the green and the whatever, and the whole thing getting it. That whole mission of getting started. They did the science well in this. Yeah. That's what I love about an Andy Weir book is they're process books. We have a problem. We're gonna use science to figure it out. Yeah. The Martian, I feel, left more of the science in. Yeah. This one, I feel, skirted it a bit. Yeah. But in a way that totally worked. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
And I think Andy Weir has earned his credibility, where it's like, we don't need to see you prove in every movie. Yeah. I get that it's probably thought out by you.
Still, Andy, if you're listening, as I'm sure you're gonna watch this. I still want it in your next book, though. Yeah. It pulls me through a book. I love it. Yeah. You know, I thought it was kind of beautiful. I can't remember if the lines were in the book, but where the earlier on, the one astronaut said to him, like, you know, he's like, I can't, you know, thank you guys. The sacrifice is, and he goes, you know, you just need somebody to make the sacrifice for. And then I thought it was kind of beautiful that, like, Rocky's the person he makes the sacrifice for. Yeah. You know, Rocky's the person he goes, well, I won't go home. Yeah. Rocky's in trouble. I got to go back to him. Yeah. He doesn't know he's going to be able to live on Rocky's planet at that point. He doesn't know they'll build him this cool little biodome by the sea. You know, like,
see, that I was like, this is crazy. Like, he's now living on this planet. It's very cartoonish, but still very cool. Like, very unexpected.
Yeah. I loved it. I want to see it again. I kind of want to go back to the IMAX. I don't know if I'll get time, but it was beautiful. Yeah. You know, I took my kids.
Maybe on a Tuesday, you know, like if I'm free on a Tuesday again, I'll go see it and see if I can see it in 70 mil.
Yeah, I took the kids. My youngest was a bit bored throughout it. My oldest got into it. They both loved Rocky.
Yeah, nice.
You know,
nice.
I went with my daughters too.
Oh yeah, that part was so funny.
Yeah. I love I don't remember this specifically being in the book, but I did love the like tap tap tap. Oh, you like tapping? Oh, you like. Oh, you're pointing. I'm an idiot. You know? Like, that was good stuff. Yeah, the way Rocky talked, you know, I just loved a lot of, you know.
Is that what his voice sounded like to you?
Yeah, more or less. You know, they definitely go into, and they just don't have time in the movie, but the like just longer period of like, I gotta find words for this, you gotta find words for that. Like, of course you're gonna skirt over it, but it was a great part that was well done in the book. Yeah. Now I got this, now I got that, as their communication grows. And I don't remember in the book if he is hearing the voice or if he is checking the computer or whatever. It does get to the point where he feels he can understand him. Yeah. And they're not using the thing anymore all the time.
Cool.
It's a Chewie, as well. He had that cadence, though. He still had that, like...
With the way he spoke.
Like, why Grace being so dumb question. Yeah. You know, he still had that cadence, so that is how I heard it. Yeah. You know, but I think... And I could be totally wrong because it's been a while. I think he was... I don't know if it ever went to vocal.
Right. Fist my bump.
Fist my bump. I give the movie 2 thumbs up. Yeah.
That was funny.
I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, go see it on the biggest screen. You can see it.
Yeah, see it on the biggest screen.
Enjoy it. It's a fun ride. It's a type... Whether it's, you know, like you said, a little funny or whatever, it's the type of movie we don't get much anymore.
So it's nice to see this thing where it's full of hope, optimism. Yeah. And just... actually funny, you know?
Yeah, and it was fun to take the family through.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of these space adventure movies are not for family. Yeah, they're almost too scary, like Gravity, you know. So, yeah, but yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Honestly, it's like a Pixar movie live action.
So I'm feeling you like The Martian a little bit better.
Yes.
And I think I might go the other way. Yeah. I like this a little bit better.
Nice. But,
yeah. But they're both great.
They're both great. Yeah.
And I will be reading Andy Weir's next book.
Whatever. I'm looking forward to what his next thing is. That's great.
We'll be back with more Lost later in the week.
Hope you guys enjoyed this movie review.
Yeah, trying something new this time. If you want us to do more of these, let us know.
Yeah, we do this naturally anyway, so if you want us to put it on camera.
Half the time, this is just what we're doing before we start reacting to Lost. So,
exactly.
Since we put up Martian, we wanted to let you guys know what we thought of it. So, and let us know what you thought of it in the comments.
Yeah, so, like, subscribe, please, and thanks, guys. It really helps the channel out.
Yeah. Till next time.
See ya.